Come thrifting with me. I'm headed again to my favorite thrift store. Let's get to it. I don't know what it was about this trip, you guys. For some reason, I was feeling kind of frugal. So I grabbed my basket and I did see this fall and Thanksgiving decor for 25% off. I started to look at it, but my heart wasn't in it. My heart was telling me, go to the Christmas stuff. And so that's what I did. I had someone recently ask me how they could display postcards not in frames, and I suggested something like this. I don't know what it's called, but that would work really well. I saw this tin next. It had hinges. It was only 50 cents. I do realize it's like dollar store or Family Dollar, something like that, but it will be perfect for my gift wrap station. So I went ahead and grabbed it for 50 cents. And look at this goofy guy. You guys know I love a mouse, and this guy, 50 cents, so goofy, so perfect. I love him. He will fit in perfect at my house. You guys know I love a 90s nostalgic tacky Christmas. And then I saw this Santa Claus figurine. It's giving Mr. Claus, you're trying to seduce me, isn't it? Am I wrong? And because of that, I passed on him. I looked at this plate. I loved the trim around it. I love that it's 1972. I actually get a lot of grief for leaving behind so much Holly Hobby, and I apologize. It was only $1. It would go great in my kitchenette, but I keep collecting things for my kitchenette and it's not done yet. So I gotta quit, and so I left it for someone else. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. This little hat was adorable as well. It'd be cute on the cats if they'd wear it. And then I saw this vintage tray. I already have a couple of trays that I use to display, and I wouldn't want to use this for food because his face would be covered. And since I have nowhere to display it, I left it for someone else. I really did want it, and you guys are going to give me grief for leaving it behind, even though it had no price. But I got to leave some goodies behind, right? So far I hadn't grabbed a lot. I did see these bells, and the ribbon was definitely giving more like early 2000s, and don't love it, but the bells themselves, perfect. And it was only $1 for the whole thing, so I'm going to get it and replace that ribbon, and it will go great in my Christmas decor. Of all the things I passed on, this one's my biggest regret. It had a chain hanger, and it looks more yellow on screen. It wasn't so yellow in person, but I kind of dig the yellow of it. It was only $2, but I did pass, and I'm regretful. Also, $2 was this sled. It'd be really cute on my front porch, but also just maybe indoors holding like a candle. It's a easy thing to slip into decor and not take up a lot of room. So I talked myself into that one easily. In the vintage corner, I saw these salt and pepper shakers. I love the milk glass look. I love that it's brown, but they were $7 and I just couldn't talk myself into them. I really don't need them. This piece was also cute. It had a spring-loaded lid that was still intact and still in great shape. It doesn't match my house, but I love it. I looked at the organizational containers next. You guys know I love a good container, but none of the prices really fit the items. They were all similar to what I might see at dollar store or something like that, so I passed. Nothing that I absolutely had to have. I'm still in the search for some green bowls. I didn't have any luck, but I did find this really cute little umbrella container. Really neat. I just don't need it. Same with this purse vase. Is that not just the most darling thing? It was $5, which is probably right. It's just that I have no specific use for it, so I can't talk myself into it. I absolutely adored this print on these dishes. Unfortunately, the set only included 4 of most of them, and so you really couldn't use it for big gatherings. So walked away. This shelf is definitely giving 1990s, but I love the concept of putting your trinkets on kind of the stair stepper shelf. It would be really cute over a stairway. Then I headed into the furniture and I saw this piece. My husband has a coffee station in his office and it's too small. I've been looking for a bigger piece. I loved all the storage on this one. First, I was trying to see how old it was. It looked old. It did have the dovetailed drawers, so that does tell me it's pretty old. I could tell the hardware was new, but there was at least a spot for an old skeleton key, so it did have one at one time. It looks like someone's tried to refinish this, putting, wood filler in it and replacing the hardware, but overall, it's a really good, solid piece. I was hoping to find a stamp on the back of it or a price because it didn't have a price. The back of it looked a lot like the one that I currently have, that I have as an end table in my living room. And so I was really considering it. I decided I was going to ask about the price. Then I moved on to the baskets. I was still trying to find one for my hot cocoa station. This one I thought might work. You guys will know if you watched my hot cocoa video. It didn't end up working. But there are some other uses for this if I wanted to put silverware in it or something like that for a holiday gathering. I could put napkins in here, all sorts of things, because I'm a container person. I can see all of the options. And so I grabbed it for $2. I passed on this one, but what a great basket, right? It's a good one. And it was only $1.50, which I think is a pretty good price, especially for a plain basket. I had donated this yellow one, and I was just kind of curious what they marked it at, so I looked. $1.50 as well. I always see this chain. It's $3.50, so I pass on it, but I still think it could be so cute for something with Christmas, some type of craft. And then as I went to go check out, they brought out the cart of new inventory. And as soon as I saw this large frame, I definitely wanted to get it for $1, and it had feet. Absolutely. I could use it in a number of ways. I forgot to ask about the dresser, but I did ask the next time I visited. Today I spent $7.46.